Hello and good morning, Sudoku friends. Today is July 20, and we're in the year 2023. Welcome to another New York Times Hard Sudoku puzzle. We'll get started right away. Let's see. We have a 5 and a 4 and a 1 here. Therefore, a 5 and a 1 and a 4 must go in these three squares. And that leaves two squares to sort out, and they must be a 7 and a 3. The 7 blocks over, so a 3 must go here and a 7 here. We have two 7s blocking across here and one blocking up. Another 7 can be found here. And here now we need an 8, 9, and 6. 8 and a 9 block up, so here's a 6. These two must be 8s and 9s. 5 down here somewhere. And 8 here or here. We also have 8 in one of these two squares. And we have a 5 here. I'm just familiarizing myself with the rest of the grid because the first few numbers were very easy. Here we need to find a 2, 7, and a 3. We got two 5s here and we have a 2, 5 here. So 2 and a 5 go in two of these squares here. We know that this is an 8 or a 9. What else is missing? 2, 5, 8, 9. A 1 and a 6. I'm not quite sure where to place them yet. I have some ideas, but I'm going to look at other things now. 1, 3, 8, and a 9 across here. We do have a 1 and a 9 blocking up, so this is a 3 or an 8. The two 4s, force a 4 to go here. Now we know that these three must be a 3, 6, and an 8. We do have two 8s blocking these squares, so here's an 8. Here's a 3, 6 pair. So 2 and a 5 in two of these squares, 3, 6 here. Still need to find a 9 and a 1. Also not quite clear. Let's look at some easy digits. We got two 9s blocking across, so here's a 9. And now we know that a 2, 5, and a 9 must go in these squares because this 9 blocks up, this 9 blocks across. We know that two of these had to be 2 and a 5. There's no need to analyze that again. And the last digit is a 9. That means that this can only be an 8 and this can only be a 9. So now we have 3 and 8 up here because we got 3 and 8 blocking these squares. And that means that this must be a 1. We also have a 1 up here. 3 and 8 here, that leaves only one digit to sort out, and that is a 6. It goes here. We now need a 1 for one of these squares. Let's see, 9, 2, 5. Now we can't do anything about the 2, 5, 9s just yet. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7 across here. 1, 2, 6. So this is a 4, 7. That's a nice little restriction. 1, 4, 6 here. So this is a 2, 7. Not quite enough, though, to get on with the puzzle from that perspective. So let's look elsewhere. We got a 5 blocking here, we got a 5 blocking here, and we got a 5 blocking here. So we know a 5 must go in one of these two squares. Do we see any other limitations? Not quite sure. But no, I was looking at the 8s. The 8 are blocking across here. So we got 8 here, here, or here, and here, or here, and here. So we can have an 8 in this square or we can have an 8 in this square, but it's too early to tell which goes where. But we got another triple. We got a 5, 7, 9, and they must go here, here, and here, mustn't they? That means that these must be a 1 and a 6. So now we know that one of these must be a 1. And we have 6s here. But if these are 1s and 6s, then what are these? They must be a 2 and a 4. So a 2 and a 4 blocking across here, 4 blocks down here. One of these is a 4, therefore we have 4 here or here. But here's another conclusion. If these are 1 and 6 and a 4 must go in one of these squares, guess what can't go here? That's right, a 4. And do you remember how we had the 1, 4, 5 for these squares here? Now this cannot be a 5, of course, and because of the virtual 4 over here, it must be a 1. So now we know that this is a 6 and this is a 1, don't we? And that gives us a 1 for this square here. Now we got 4 and 5 here. And we got a 6 blocking across here and a virtual 4 blocking across and a 6 and a 4 blocking down. So these two squares must be a 6 and a 4. And that begs the question, what are these? They must be a 2, 3, and a 7. Annoyingly, though, I can't do much about that yet. We'll keep it in mind, though. 2 and a 4 here, 3 numbers missing across here. They must be 3, 7, and an 8. So we got 8 here, and 7 blocking down. So this is a 3, 8. We also have a 3, 8 here, don't we? So now we know that these must be 2, 6, 9. We have a 2 and a 9 across, so here's a 6. So this is a 2, 9. So we got 2 here or here now. And because we found this 6, we know that it blocks across. So this 6 blocks across, this blocks down. So a 6 goes here, and that resolves the 6 and the 3 we had going on up here. A 3 must be hanging out in one of these two squares. 2, 3, 4, 6 across here. 4, 6, 2, 3. 2, 6, 4, 3. The plot thickens. Isn't it so that, yes, it is so. This one blocks down, this one blocks down, this blocks over. We have a 1 here. And therefore we have a 1 here. 6 and 2 here, if I'm not mistaken. Because we had, I believe, 2 and 9 here, right? So 2 blocks up, 2 blocks down, 2 here or here, therefore 2 here. 6 blocks up and down, and here blocks across. So these must be 2 and 6. I'm still intrigued by column 1. We know that this is a 4, 6. We need to find a 2, 3, 7. We know that a 2 goes here or here. Therefore, this cannot be a 2. This 2 blocks here. Therefore, this cannot be a 2. And the 2 must go here. So now we got a 3, 7 here and a 3, 7 here. And we got a 3, 7 here, by the way, because these are 4s and 5s, right? And these are 2, 3, 7. So a 2 must go here, but I think we figured that out earlier. But we also know that these were 2s and 9s. Now that we found this 2, the 9 goes here and the 2 here. Now this square can only be a 9, and we now have a 9 for this square. These must be 2 and 5. The 2 blocks up, here's a 5, here's a 2. And that gives me this a 2 and this 4, and a 4 here. It's coming together quite nicely now. And here's a 7, 5, 3 here. 5 blocks this square, which therefore is a 3. Here's also a 3, and here's a 5. We know that this was a 7, 3, right? Now it's a 7, and this is a 3. Here we are now looking for an 8 and a 7. 7 blocks down. Here's the 8. Here's a 7. 7 blocks over. 5 therefore goes here and 7 here. Now that gives me a 4 here and a 5 here. This can only be a 3. And these must be an 8, which goes here, and a 4, which is forced into this square. We know that these are 2s and 6s, therefore these must be a 3 and a 4. The 3 blocks over, here's a 4, here's a 3. Now we got a 4 here and therefore a 6 here. We know that this now must be a 2, 7 pair, the 7 blocks over, giving me a 2 here and a 7 here. And that gives me 2 here and 6 here. The 8 blocks up, giving me a 3 here and an 8 here. Oh, that's it. That was a rather quick today. It was a nice puzzle though, but it didn't really harbor many secrets, did it? Thank you for watching and bye for now.